Hello student. Next head in the chapter is in the social responsibility and business ethics. Part 3 is about the social responsibility towards different interest group. Means what are the groups of the people that are being interested. Okay. So here in this video we'll learn how the particular interest groups are involved in the particular field. Okay. So here are such as shareholders, workers, consumer, government and community will be here. Okay, so the first one is the responsibility towards the shareholders, responsibility towards the workers, responsibility towards the consumer, responsibility towards the government, responsibility towards the community. These are the points which has to be mentioned here about the what are their different sort of interest group. Okay, so one by one we'll be dealing about this. So the first one is responsibility toward the shareholders. Uh, to ensure the fair and regular return of investment of the shareholders. The first one means giving a particular shareholders are enough fund to tackle the things. To ensure the safety of their investment. To ensure their safety. Okay. Of investment, whatever the money they are investing, that has to be kept in a mind. Okay. To strengthen the financial position of the company. To strengthen means they are having a good strength in the particular market. To safeguard the assets of the business, means whatever the assets are there, to have a safe intro about it. To protect the interest of all types of investor in the business, means having a particular investors, protect their interest in the all activities. Next one is the responsibility towards the workers. What kind of responsibility we are having towards the workers? Providing a fair and compensation and benefit. Everything means related to providing a fair compensation. Means a compensation which has to be provided to them. Means we are not molesting them in the purpose of activities like the if the workers is doing well, then also we are giving him a reasonable rate. That does not work for any organization. Next one is providing good and safe working condition, means a condition of the working should be good. Okay, to develop a sense of belongingness, means a belongingness sense has to be developed between the workers and the particular organization. Next one is the responsibility towards the consumer, to supply right quality of goods and services at a reasonable rate. Means what is the next thing is that value for the money. Okay, anything that is conducted by it has to be done by the value for money. To ensure the regular and adequate supply of product, means if there is a shortage of something and suddenly you stop the particular activities, so that might not work. Okay, first thing, just take an example of the particularly onion. Its demand is increasing in the market, but if the supply chains break, then the price will certainly go high of the remaining onions in the market. Okay, these are the big concern about it. Next one is to inform there about new product and new uses of existing product. Okay, informing the every individual about the product of the new one and about the old one, giving adequate information about it. To handle the customer with grievance probability. Okay, the next one is responsibility towards the government unit. Government also plays an important role. Okay, to pay taxes honestly when you are having a good kind of profit. So the payment which should has to be done has to be a honest payment. Means if you are earning a good payment, surely the content should be to keep it motivating about the funds. Okay, means informing the organization that this much fund you have generated out of that, or the profit you have generated out of the business, not telling the taxes. To observe the rules laid down by the government, to observe the rules which are being made by the government unit and which have been broken by the government unit. So these are the important points. To avoid corrupting government employee, to avoid corrupting employee means generally people do this kind of activity to save the taxes. If they are doing this kind of activity, so only every burden comes to the organization. If the organization is not able to do, definitely that will bring a bad impression. This was a responsibility towards the government organizations. Next and the last one is a responsibility towards the community. Community is very important for every purpose. Okay, so that has to be mentioned. To make available the opportunities for employment, any opportunities which are being there for the purpose that has to be mentioned in case the employment is generated, the purpose of educating uh, will work in their favor. Okay, to avoid polluting the environment. Okay, polluting the environment, that has a major impact on the community, because anything that comes in mind is a reasonable a way, has a particular pollution has a bad impression on the particular society. Just taking an example of the Delhi, the new Delhi, the pollution has made the air unfit for survival, so that should not happen generally. So shifting the industry sectors uh, in the particular out of the range, that will work in their favor. Okay, to uplift the weaker section of the society means just uplifting the weaker section, whichever the weaker section is there, that has to be come into existence. Okay, this was all about the responsibility towards the community. So student, here we discuss mainly about the social responsibility towards the different interest group which were mentioned here. Okay, so here we have studied about the responsibility towards the shareholders, the responsibility towards the workers, responsibility towards the uh, consumers, responsibility towards the government, and the responsibility towards the community. These were all the topics which we have covered in the particular chapter. Okay, for this video, thank you. In the next and last video, we will discuss more about the particular business ethics, which will be the part of the role of business environment protections and all. Okay, for this video, thank you.